Szervusztok, krimi rajongó honfitársaim. Elérkezett az idő egy újabb Sherlock Holmes végigjátszásra. Remélem ez is tetszeni fog, mint az előző. Na, ott tartottunk, hogy ugye a bálnavadász volt az elkövető. Ha az előző részt nem láttátok volna, akkor nézzétek meg. Ó, egy kicsit elszpoilereztem. Nem baj. Tehát megtaláltuk az előzőnek az előző gyilkosságnak a résztvevőjét, elkövetőjét. És megállapítottuk azt, hogy hát majdnem, hogy önvédelem volt, meg gyilkost ölni. Tehát, hogy egy gyilkos megöl egy másik gyilkos, az nem akkor nagy bűn, főleg, hogy az első büntetje, illetve nem
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Oh.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
Mycroft Holmes, Sherlock Holmesnak a testvérem, és annyit kell róla tudni, hogy a Diogenes klubot vezeti, illetve a kormánynak dolgozik, mint beépített ügynök, hogy így fogalmazzak, tehát hogy még nem voltak titkos ügynökök, de ő már valami hasonlót csinált, csak nem akkora lelkesedés, tehát nem akkora átéléssel.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That's the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Szervusz, Breyer Józsi, mi újság? Na, tehát megtudtuk, hogy késni fog a járművünk. Hú, még a Irányítás még mindig nehézkes. Aha. Egy szigonyos bosszúja. Igen. Pablo. Igen. Igen, ez volt az előző rész. Ugye, hogy elfogták majd nem fogták el a gyilkost, mert az a gyilkos is meghalt. Már minden mit történt, de... Ó, és még lehet ellenőrizni. Jó. Ez király. Jó. Abba ugye nyilván meg tudjuk nyitni. Majd még valami.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Gondolom most erre nincsen szükségünk. Gondolom erre sincs. Beszél.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Egy héttel később. Rejtély a sineken. Ez valami Orient Express dolog lesz szerintem. Első tipre.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Ellopták a vonatot.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Másnap reggel. Nagyon korán. Ki kellett hangsúlyozni ezt a nagyon korán. Most miért Watson fejezi? Szóljatok, ha valami nem stimmel a hanggal. Ha esetleg halk vagyok, vagy túl hangos, vagy a játék túl halk, túl hangos. Elvileg az előző beállításokat
Well, here
nem
we are
tettük,
again at Evesham Station.
kell, hogy legyen.
We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Vizsgáljuk meg a helyszínt. Vajon látunk valamit? Tudom, hogy arra kéne menni, de gondoltam körben.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
Jó. Ó, először vizsgáljuk meg azt a területet, ahol eltűnt a vonat. Képzelő erős.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers. Nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
Jó, sineket meg
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Igen. Keres további információt az eltűnt vonatról, keres egy térképet a környékről. Hasznos lenne a nyomozáshoz. Igen, ez most egy kicsit fura szellemvonatot nyomozni. Akkor mégse az, amire én gondoltam, azt hiszem, hogy egy ilyen tipikus Orient Express, tehát maga a vonaton lesz majd a bűncselekmény, de akkor nem. Igen, ott egy térkép. Nem. Az térképnek nem kell. Hopp. Az állomás főnök nincs itt.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Üzenet minden állomásnak, Mr. Robinson. Állomáson található. Jó.
Here is the train set.
A vonat Nottingham, London. Típus, igen, összetétel. Mr. Robinson által rendelt speciális kocsi, másodosztály. Meg ugye a második. Itt volt valami. Szénszállító kocsi, első osztályú kocsi, ugye szénszállító, első osztályú kocsi, postakocsi, az ott középen az speciális kocsi, és a másodosztályú kocsi. Tehát ez a speciális kocsi. Ennyi? Jó, nem lettünk okosabb.
A telegraph.
Csak azt tudtuk meg, hogy... Jó, arra már nem megyünk tovább. Hogy van valami speciális kocsi, és ezt a Mr. Robinsont kéne megkeresni. Hopp.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you were Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Na, nézzük. Hopp. Teljesen összhaj. Hát ezt... Kitüntetés. Majd zsebórája is. Földfoltok. Jegygyűrű.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Mégis az kellett.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
See you later, my good man.
Jó, akkor mégiscsak a falra van kitűzve, de ezt nem tudom levenni. Vagy azt kell? Nem. A váróterembe. Ja, ez a váróterem egy odébben. Jó. Ez a postás rész. Ez lesz a váróterem. Ez lesz az.
This map will be useful.
Na. Igen. Kaptunk leírást a postásról, vagy mi a vasútvezetőről, állomásfőnökről. És a térképen és a környékén mi. Oké, most nem tudom mi van. Itt vagyunk mi? Itt a vonat. Nottingham. Itt vagyunk mi? Most miért jó nekünk, hogy tudjuk, hogy hol vagyunk mi?
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Ott szerintem nincsen semmi. Ez régi vonattípusok. Még itt valamilyen hova tudunk esetleg menni.
This part is probably from a locomotive. An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
Hát ezt én is megmondtam volna. Próbálom itt nézni a dolgokat más szemszögből is. Hopp, itt volt.
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
Nem, többet most nem tudunk meg róla szerintem. Vagy pedig megpróbálunk
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
Hopp, valami. De mit nem látok, amit látnom kellene? Ah.
Traces. Let's take a closer look.
Huh?
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Láttok valami érdekeset? Mert én nem. Azt látom, hogy
Nothing interesting
van
here.
egy hiba a lábnyomokban.
Nothing interesting here.
Ja!
Nothing interesting.
Jó, hülye vagyok.
Nothing interesting here. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches.
Jó, csak rájöttem.
The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
Igen. Nem tudtam, hogy azt húzni kell. Anyagot szállítottak. Igen, ezt tudjuk. Erre ment.
This road should lead to the town of Evesham. This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
Arra se tudunk tovább menni. Jó, megnézzük, hogy a vasút mentén tovább tudunk-e menni. Nem. Még itt kell valamit csinálni. A lábnyomokat nem tudtam megnézni. Viszont a emberünkhöz visszamegyek. Megkérdezem, hogy milyen épület volt ott. És miért bontották le.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Jó.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Jó. És most
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few hundred feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
Szerez információkat az utasokról, viszont el tudjuk elvileg hagyni ezt a részt. Igen. Jó, átmegyünk ide. Hát következtetni meg nem tudunk semmit. Na. Gondolom itt is a vasútfőnökkel kell beszélni. Állomásfőnökkel. Dühös utas.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Munkaruha. Aha. Olcsó jegy. Házas. Érdes bőr. Valahol dolgozni szeretném lenni szerintem.
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Akkor nem csak a vonatot rabolták el, hanem valószínűleg a gazdagokat is.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Ez érdekes. Van itt valami. Rés a padlón. Papírlap.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Thomas L. Robinson által készített biztosítás az autonóm áramfejlesztő nevű prototípusa számára. Oh. Naponta vonatra, hogy el is a munkahelyre is vissza. Ebben az esetben már meg kellett volna szokni a vasutat, ismernie kell az állomásokat, és rendszeresen a rendszeres kutatókat. Hát, ha azt csinálja, mint én, amikor a vonaton vagy...
Good day to you, gentlemen.
A
How may I
buszon
help you?
utazok, akkor...
Good day to you, sir.
Nem.
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Mert én becsukom a
I am
szemet,
investigating
az
the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Vizsgáljuk meg őt is. Tiszta ruhák. Nincs kitüntetve. Szabályok, tehát frissen kezelhető szabályokat. Tintafoltok.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night. But people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I have worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Újonc állomás főnök.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Igen. Ezt még itt azért körbenéznék, hát van még valami. Majd menjünk a Chesterfieldbe. Van itt még egy dühös utas. Mr. Robinson. Várjál, nem ő volt?
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Igen. Mondjuk. Elhiszem, hogy drága ruhák voltak. Krokodilbőr.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
Prototípus értéke.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Ooh.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
Jaj, de nem szeretem az ilyen...
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him. The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean Company.
Ó. Hát, van itt egy-kettő. Tehát, speciális kocsi. No várja. Ők ugyebár a vonaton maradtak. De vajon miért? Jó, legyen mondjuk ez. Igen, az a baj, a többit már nem tudjuk, hogy mi. Egyedül ezt a nyomot sikerült már kitalálni. Jó. Most elvileg elkobozták a podgyászát. Most mi megkeresnénk?
Railway postbags.
Így is van.
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
Most jön egy lockpicket. Ja. Ja. Csináljuk azt, hogy itt beállítjuk magunknak, hogy lássuk is a dolgokat. Látok ott egy hiányosságot. Próbáljunk meg még ezzel tekerészkedni. Itt van egy lyuk. Látjátok? Középtájban. Menjünk vissza. Megoldottuk.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully. An exclusive sales contract.
Igen.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Bocsássatok, csak olvasom, hogy... Aha. Lapozás.
Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Aha.
Yet another Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Mindegyiknél.
Yet another Mr. Robinson is the
ugyanaz a
seller.
levél, nézzétek meg.
Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
Igen. Vesztésed katasztrófa mű. Bár ő tervelte ki a csalást, sokkal többet veszített, mint amennyit nyerhetett volna. A biztosítás nem fedezi a prototípus költségét. Kivéve, ha nincs is semmilyen prototípus. Oké. Azzal a postakocsival jöttünk, gondolom én. Jó, itt még van bent valami, ezt még megnézzük, utána átmegyünk a harmadik helyre, amit ugye megkaptunk. Nem, itt nincsen semmi. Jó. Körbenézünk, hát ha itt hátrébb van valami. Nem, oda nem tudunk lemenni. Azzal az emberrel hátra tudunk beszélni.
I will not move from here until...
Nem, vele nem tudunk beszélni, kár. De hogy te miért itt bámulod oda? Mindegy. Ugye megkaptuk őt is. Jó sok emberrel fogunk megismerkedni. Jó, térkép. Classfieldbe kell mennünk, igaz? Igaz-e? Tényleg ott vannak a rejtélyek, tehát hogy maga tényleg valóban a fizetett nézés, ott van a illusztráció is róla, tehát nagyon jól meg van csinálva, én ezt adom, hogy nem csak úgy odaraktak valamit a kezébe.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
A fishing advertisement.
Jó napot kívánok! Morse ABC.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
Valami gyanús.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Nem fogja tudni, hogy miről van szó. Vörös orr, mondjuk. Tiszta ruhák. Hogyunk, hogy leítatták? Ez is házas, mindenki házas. Alkoholos vaska, igen. Orgázsinor, aha.
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Hát,
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
oké. A vonat áthaladt Chesterfieldön, annak ellenére, hogy nem vagyok róla meggyőződve, hogy az állomás főnök helyes jelentést küldött át. A vonat nem haladt át Chesterfield állomásra, az állomás főnök részeg volt, és a vallomáson megbízhatatlannak tűnik. Elküldhette a jelentést anélkül, hogy látta volna a vonatot. De hogyha a másikat választom... Nem tudjuk, hogy áthaladt-e még. Ez a problematika.
A telegraph.
Kell szereznünk valami bizonyítékot, hogy áthaladt a vonaton. A vonat itt. Van-e esetleg másik szoba, ahol nem voltunk? Mondjuk itt a váróban. Csomagok. És még bicikli. Ott egy fogat, mi a másik fogattal jöttünk.
Locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
Na. Nézzük, ezt rakjuk be középre. Szerintem. És ehhez igazítjuk a többit. Igazából az ennyire egyszerű, tehát hogy megtalálod a kiindulási pontot, és utána ahhoz állítod be a többit. Hopp.
Bags were recently dragged here. French wine, a remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
Yeah. Okay.
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them.
Van egy elméletem.
Railway post bags.
This Robinson fellow seems
Jó, nézzünk be ide is.
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights. And heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
A vonatnak nincs nyoma. Szétszerelt kézikocsi úgy tűnik közvetlenül kapcsolódik a rejtélyhez. A kézikocsi újraépítésével kiderülne, hogy képes-e utánozni az eltűnt vonatot. Van még bármi, amit nem kötöttem össze, nem? Robinson indíték a prototípus elvesztése sok pénzt hoz Mr. Robinsonnak. Biztosítás miatt és több megkötött exkluzív szerződésének köszönhetően. A gép elvesztése katasztrófa Mr. Robinson számára, bár ő tervelte ki a csalást, sokkal többet veszített, mint amennyit a... Ez még nem elég. De én erre tippelnék amúgy. Ez pedig már nem köthető semmi. Jó. Jó.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Igen.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object here.
Apám.
I should use the
Jó. Igen. Tudjuk forgatni is, jó. Nem gondoltam volna, hogy ma még vonatot fogok építeni. Igen. Egyszer.
I should use the...
Van még valami, ami kell nekünk. Fék. Az vajon hova jön? Igen.
I should use...
Valami még kell. Tudunk nézelődni? Nem. Na, a deszka. Jó.
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson, I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle. We need to attack...
Kell egy fényszóró. Azt is itt bent találok?
The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected.
Holmes, what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here.
Hey.
First of all, let us pump. The steam whistle is... Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Okay. Semmit nem tudunk még összekötni a dolgokkal, mi? Jó, nézzük meg, hogy... Igen. Ugye innen jöttünk. És elvileg az archívunk, az archívunk, az ott kell, hogy legyen. Jó. És hogy oda megyek a
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
Ó. Ó. Nem ez az. Ez ennek tűnik. Jaj, tudjuk mozgatni. Jó, ezt nehezebb mozgatni, mint gondoltam.
Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
Aha. Hűha. Hűha. Na most egy olyan állomáson vagyunk, ahol eddig nem voltunk.
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking.
Jó, nem tudtunk meg semmit.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
Jó. Buskomor. Hiányzik egy gomb. Jegygyűrű helye. Most vagy özvegy.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map there should be a quarry here, and behind that the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
Did any passengers leave or board the train last night?
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph, just the same as all the other nights.
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake.
Vizsgáld meg a partot. Igen, már egyszer meg akartam vizsgálni. Dehogy. Mindegy, menjünk tovább egy picivel. Nézzünk be az épületekbe. Már amelyikbe be tudunk.
Railway post bags. This post bag belongs to the station master.
Aha, tartozik.
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
Aha. Ott mondta, hogy a part. Aha, a túlsó oldal. Jó. Majd mindjárt megvizsgáljuk. Vissza fogunk menni a DAF-hoz, vagy hogy hívják. Eddig először benézünk ide is.
A funny character. He look...
And he is not an Englishman. This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
Mexikói, innen látom. Ő meg a másik oldalról. Igen.
A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too. This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. A greenish-brown cigar. These ashes...
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station. Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
Okay.
Newspaper articles on horse racing. Hurdle, steeplechase and flat racing. He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
Betting slips. The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
Oh, én is erre tippelek.
A telegraph.
Jó. Más itt szerintem nincs. Az sem. Ez érdemes bejönni amúgy a bizonyos helyekre, mert itt kapunk érdekes információt. A szivarozó ember valószínűleg lelépett, viszont vissza tudunk menni, és további beszélgetéseket tudunk kezdeményezni vele.
There was a gentleman of Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
Bocsánat.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
Goodbye, sir.
Na igen. Nem azt akartam. Tehát igen. És nézzük meg a töltényomokat. Nem, azt még nem tudjuk. Jó. Érdekes szálakon fut a történet. Mondjuk úgy. Nézzük meg akkor a partot túloldalon. Na most jobb ötletem nincs.
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster station. It doesn't look like a very... These traces were made by a carriage. Look. The vehicle pressed this stone into the ground. It would have been quite heavy. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Tudunk arrébb menni? Nem.
Nothing interesting. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Följebb akarom.
Nothing interesting here.
Ha nem ugrana vissza ilyenkor, de befejezi a mondatot.
Nothing interesting.
Hát, nem.
Here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Nem tudom lemérni.
Nothing interesting here.
Jó van.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Szerintetek? Mit kéne mérnem?
nothing interesting here.
Na jó, hagyjuk.
The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle.
Bocs, srácok, kihagytam. Tehát ugyanaz a járműről lehet szó. Ami szerintem amúgy ez volt.
This place was abandoned fairly recently.
Igen.
Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached. A label with the name Las Zarpas.
Igen, arra nem tudunk menni, szerintem oda a dockra nem tudunk felmenni, de megnézhetjük. Van valami vér is.
An abandoned gypsy caravan.
Nem, már megyünk tovább. Jó, a partot megvizsgáltuk, szerintem. Tudjuk, hogy ide akart érkezni a vonat. Tudjuk, hogy itt valószínűleg meghamisították már a jelentést. Tudjuk, hogy itt nem tudják, hogy most megérkezett a vonat, vagy nem, mert itt részeg volt az emberünk. A váltót nézzük meg. Szerintem egyiket lefizették, a másikat leítatták. És a váltónál lesz valami.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Jó, tehát azt tudjuk, hogy működik. Aha. Arra nem megyünk. Mindjárt vissza fog dobni minket. Ja. Erre
This road should go in the same direction as the
a vasút. Bánya.
Mines. This is interesting.
Yeah.
It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Akkor megnézzük a bányákat. Vizsgáld meg a bányákat, és tudd meg, hogy el lehet-e ott rejteni egy vonatot.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
Yeah, megint.
Nothing interesting here. The distance between the tracks is about... A lightly loaded vehicle came this way. There is a wooden beam lying on the rails. A small vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
Foggerendákkal megrakva.
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised. Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have...
Papírcsomag.
This is... Let us look inside. Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
Ja.
Dynamite.
Érdekesen hangzik. Mindjárt megnézzük a bizonyítékainkat is. Csak most már át akarom vizsgálni itt a...
This box must be the safe. Let's open it.
Kell lenni egy lyuknak. Így gondoltam én is. Egyre beljebb. Így van. Csak elvileg minden össze van kötve.
The Mexican company Caracao and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help. Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Jó, itt voltunk bent. Pedig... Nincsen semmi. Fura, ameddig bárhova be tudtunk menni, legalább egy-két nyomunk volt. Jó. Nézzük meg, kiket... Hú. A bányák beomlottak. Berobbantották. Igen. Különleges számítmány. Igen, ez is egy fontos nyom volt. Ellopott vasúti sinek. Nem, azt még nem tudjuk. Nem. Jó. És itt van még valami. A bányákat az osztották be, hogy elrejtsék a vonatot. Dinamitot használtak, miután a vonatot beljebb vitték. Mégis akarta bezárni őket. A vonat a beomlott bányák alatt van elzárva. Hűha! Csak haladtunk valamibe. Jó, de... Akkor most a vonat itt van bent. Szomorú. Van itt még valami, ami esetleg fontos? Ezt már megvizsgáltuk.
My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas. My search should be
LAS Zarpas. Szóljatok, ha látjátok valahol. Kelet-afrikai társaság. Nem. London-Párizs telefonrendszere, nem. Dorian Gray. Az igen.
My search should be focused upon the name Las
Félek kis szimbólumok.
My search my
És valamilyen övcsat akar lenni, nem? Itt van.
Here it is.
Aha. Aha. Ez is köze van a mexikóiaknak. Keresd meg a férfit, aki szivarozott. Miért nem? A mexikóiak nemükben úszályokat használtak a tónál. Valószínűleg valami nagyon nehéz dolgot szállítottak. Előre az jó az összeköttetés. Chesterfield és F-Tens. Valamit itt még nem veszünk észre. De itt van úgyis telegráf, tehát meg tudjuk csinálni a Minecraft-tal való beszélgetést is. Ott a szivarozó ember.
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Vissza. Ráncos. Elegáns ruhák. Erős felső felépítés. Aha. Arcos kezek. Drága szivar.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
Két vállalat is létezik, a chilei, igen. Mindkettő meg akarta vásárolni a VSC bányát, a mexikai karral, igen. Aha. Oké. És van valami. Üzlet. Igen. A megszólalók nem neheztelhetnek a chilieiekre, végül is az üzlet az üzlet. A megszólalók a Caracal vállalat neheztel a chilei Brazanci vállalatra, mivel a mexikóiak előzetes adásvételi szerződés ellenére a chiliek kedveztek. Aha. Ez érdekes. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hát ez nagyon gyors volt. Beomlott bányák alá zárták. Még folytatnám a vizsgálatot, mert itt még... Mert itt még szerintem van valami. Mert sokkal életébe került. Gyors cselekvésre van szükség. Lasszaddal, és engedni, hogy a rendőrség hangos és gyors igazságszolgáltatással végezzen, akár nemzetközi konfliktus veszélye miatt mellett is. Egy ilyen bűnszervezettel nem lehet közvetlenül szembeszállni, kényes megközelítést igényel. Mycroftnak esélyt kell adni a konfliktus megoldására, még akkor is, ha az elhúzódhat, a saját javára fordulhat. Valami itt még nem kerek nekem. Miért? Mi van a géppel? Meg még beszélni akarok ezzel az emberrel, ha még itt van valahol. Vajon ha kimegyek és visszajövök, akkor az úgy tetszik. Szerintetek zárjuk le? Zárjuk le. Meglátjuk, hogy mi lesz. Aztán maximum elrontottam, és...
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. Our other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble, but it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook our personal differences on this occasion.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
No, I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barcazas Company directors were trapped under the collapsed mines, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
Ooh. But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dig out the mines.
Huh. You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Ooh. Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away, but... Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking. Can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Valamivel később.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Hopp. Mr. Watson elvileg egy
Good shot, Watson. I always knew you were a talented marksman.
I didn't want another life lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
Ez utalás az előző részre. Ó, nem a mexikóiak a bűnösök. És egy nyomot kihagytam. Oh my. De hát beismerték, mármint hát tudtam, hogy még körbe kellett volna nézni. Csak annyira kézenfekvőre adta, hogy ott van, értitek? Elfogadjuk a döntést. Figyelj, most befejezed az ügyet. A mentési fájlok eltávolításra kerülnek, nyomd meg a nem gombot. Ha a másik erkölcsi választást szeretnél, nyomd meg az igen gombot, ha egyetértesz a meghozott döntésem. És készen állsz az új fejezetet. Az a baj, hogy akkor teljesen újra kellene kezdenem. És még egyszer nem akarom. Tehát... emberek, akik ugyanígy oldották meg az ügyet, 22%. Emberek, akik ugyan ezt az erkölcsi döntést hozták, 58%. 78%-a kitalálta, hogy mi volt a helyes válasz, és azok közül, akik ezt a választ adták, 58%-án hozták meg ugyanezt a döntést. Tehát, hogy Minecraftot viszik be. Rangsorolásod, személyes rangsor, együttérző. Hát srácok, szomorú volt, hogy nem ez volt a végem. Kicsit most lesokkoltam saját magamat. Mennyi időbe telt ezt megcsinálni? 2 óra, hát jók voltunk. Na de, most belépünk, megnézzük, hogy elindul-e a történet, így van. Következőnek innen fogjuk folytatni. Ha minden jó megy.
What happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
Hűha. Na most Holmesot kell megvizsgálni. Na jó, ezt még megnézzük.
Pupil is dilated.
Okay.
The temperature appears to be normal.
Okay.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here.
Na jó
I
van.
need your help. This is a...
Na jó van, tényleg itt folytatjuk. Elvileg mentett a játék. Majd mindjárt megnézzük, hogy valóban így van-e. Mint ahogy az előző részben is tettük, ezt leellenőrizzük. Sajnálom, hogy rosszul oldottuk meg az ügyet. Nem értem amúgy, hogy ez hogy sikerülhetett. Mindegy. Legközelebb majd nem vágunk egyből bele a lecsóba, tehát hogyha feldobja a lehetőséget, akkor még nem állunk neki megoldani rögtön az ügyet, hanem még egy kicsit nézelődni fogunk. Megnézzük, hogy milyen követéseink vannak, meg ilyenek. Jó, mentettünk. Hogy jövő héten mikor fogok ráérni, azt most még így egyelőre nem tudom. Szerintem vagy a keddi alkalommal, vagy a csütörtöki alkalommal. A Csütörtökű az nagyobb valószínűség. Tehát szerintem maradhatunk a heti egy alkalomnál, legalábbis én úgy érek rá. Na jó van. Kedves nyomozó honfitársaim, én Solomon voltam, ez meg a Sherlock Holmes. Sziasztok!